Ukraine. Taking place, of course, in Lille. The two teams have just emerged from the tunnel. The two managers have just come out, and we're all set to restart the second half. And it's going to be Ukraine, who were so unfortunate not to equalise in the game. They're going to kick off, attacking the goal to our left. Germans to the not to equalise in the game. Germans to the right. So off we go again. So it's no changes from either side as this second half gets underway. Germany, of course, just to remind you, are in the white shirts, dark shorts and dark stockings, and Ukraine are all in yellow. So here's a chance now. Ozil played it out towards the far side, and here's Draxler, who did so well on the left hand side as an attacking option. That's a good ball in, but again headed out by the Ukrainian defence. We'll bring you the two 11s in just a second or two once we get a breaking play and recap the 11s again, as we always feel a duty to. We can do now. There's a breaking play. So let's just check the two lineups. It's as you were for Germany. Manuel Neuer, the captain, in goal. Mustafi, Hector, Aldenez, Sami Khedira, Mesut Ozil, Julian Draxler, Thomas Muller, Jerome Boateng, Toni Kroos, and Mario Götze. And the 11 for Ukraine, Patov, the goalkeeper, made a couple of smart saves, of course, as well as Bayer. Kiriatsky, Stefanenko, Yamanenko, Zazalula, Kovinenko, Konobianka, Shevchuk, Syryavkuk, Frolietsky and Radeletsky for the Ukrainians. That's their 11. Substitutes for the Germans: Hummels, Schweinsteiger, Schürrle, Podolski, Leno, Chan, Vego, Tar, Sané, Kimmich, Ter Stegen and Gomez for Ukraine. Boko, the goalkeeper, Bukto, Timoshuk, Kucha, Zemirezov, Rotan, Bodovetsky, Radibauka, Garmash, Zinenko, Karyariaf and Shevchenko, the goalkeeper, as Germany come forward trying to get that second goal. Again, it's well cut out by the disciplined Ukrainian defence. And here's a chance for Haudenez, who's just drifted in a little bit from the right hand side, but it's a crossing from Boateng over towards the far side, and here come the Germans again. Left footed shot, a good save, diving away to his right by Patov, who's been already working overtime, and this time it was a shot from Julian Draxler. He cut inside, hit it with his right foot, and that was going in the far corner. Goalkeeper couldn't take a chance, dived away to his right and got both fists on it and palmed the ball safety first out for a throw, which Aldenez will take about 5 yards in from the byline. Flicked on inside the penalty area. It just wouldn't drop to any of the Germans inside that penalty area, and Ukraine do some good defensive jobs and get it back and away, and it's now back at the other end with Neuer, and he's bowled it straight to Boateng. And if we get the game played at a very terrific pace, it will be terrific. Germany, in actual fact, contesting their 12th straight European finals, of course, and here they are. They've actually won a couple of times, of course. The earliest they won in 72, of course, if I remember rightly. The great Gunter Netzer was involved in that win against England, of course, at Wembley all those years ago, which began the slippery slope for the great Sir Alf Ramsey as England manager. And of course they won it in 1996 when they beat England at Wembley in that never to be forgotten semi-final on penalties. But haven't won it since. Hadn't won any tournament since 1996 until 2 years ago. They weren't convincing in the early stages of the last World Cup. Certainly needed a bit of luck to get past Nigeria, and I think in an early round, in the second round stage, where they did everything but score, and if Algeria had been on their game, they might have knocked the Germans flying out of the tournament. So they weren't without their scares. They had a few scares in the final, of course, against Argentina. They are a very good, they are a very well machine, but they will be missing the goals of Miroslav Klose, who's now the World Cup's all-time leading goal scorer, of course. But this isn't the World Cup, this is the European Championships. And now Drexler has it for Germany. Kroos now has it now on the far side. Has to go back in field, and it's a chance now for Mustafi, who scored the only goal of the game, but it's been should have had more than one goal in the game. Here's Sami Khedira now for Germany, out to the far side, and Aldenese back to Khedira once again, and Khedira just tucks it back to Boateng, who in turn knocks it back to Manuel Neuer. Germans, even at this early stage of the second half, we've had 5 minutes of it gone, just trying to take the sting out of the game, looking to keep possession and just tire out the Ukrainians, who are really giving it their all tonight. They've really given it their best shot, and have done themselves, I would say, quite proud so far. They've nothing to feel ashamed of and nothing to feel disgraced of. They are up against the world champions. It was always going to be a tough order, but they've had 2 or 3 good opportunities though. I don't know, today they might be winning 3-1. That's the way football is. Boateng now for Germany. He's almost showed too much of that, but he's got it through to get Sami Khedira now. Khedira now goes out to the right hand side, continues down the right, tries to play a 1-2 with Aldenese. Germany, in fact, have won 18 out of their last 19 games, having scored the first goal. The game they actually lost was a friendly game, was the friendly against England back in March when they were 2-0 up and went on to lose 3-2, of course. Jamie Vardy and Harry Kane did the damage that night. Here comes Kroos with a shot, and had Pat off his feet there, and it just cleared the crossbar. It wasn't by too much though. Good right footed, just to the left of centre of the penalty box, just outside, and in fact it actually hit the top of the angle of the post and the crossbar, so it wasn't that far off. And Germany there within a coat of paint, perhaps being 2 goals clear. But they are looking, they have looked shaky in defence, and they have looked shaky on set plays, but in attack they do look awesome. Here's Drexler on the far side. Drexler, oh, that's not a good ball. That's the first time, in fact it was Goetze, in fact, who got it on the far side. Drexler was actually come out to the walls of the centre, in fact. But on the left hand side, Drexler has been a very, very interesting proposition for the Germans, and he's really given one or two of the Ukrainian right backs, right hand side players, something to figure out really. He's a very, very great player. And there will be an extra video later on this evening reviewing the Wales and England games, and I've certainly got some harsh words to say about England on how they went about their business yesterday. Roy Hodgson, he's probably going to get the brunt of the stick I'm going to give him later on. That's in my World European Championship review. I might just rename it Inquest, to be quite honest. It would be more like an inquest than quite frankly than what we've seen so far today. Well, yesterday rather. Meanwhile, we've got a Ukrainian down, and I think it's number 9 there. The attacking midfielder, which is Konolenko, just injured himself with a challenge by Sami Khedira, which Khedira couldn't avoid bumping into it, to be fair, but, you know, so there should be no blame attached to Sami Khedira at all for that. But so far so good for the Germans, although it's been a bumpy ride so far, but Khedira's hit the angle of post and bar. The game has been played in a frenetic pace. It's been played in a tremendous tempo, and I think it's been the best game in terms of tempo so far, I have to be honest, in the whole of the championship so far. We're into the 3rd day now, and the standard of play and the standard of tempo in the games is getting better by each game. I thought the Irish game earlier on today, the Northern Irish game, was a little bit low on the old tempo. That was because of the dryness of the pitch. We've got a much wetter pitch out there in Lille tonight, and that will help the ball zip across the turf. And it's been a great game as far as tempo is concerned, and I think that's good to see. I think that's very good to see. And Andrei Shevchenko, in fact, is the assistant manager of the Ukrainians, and he was a very accomplished striker in his day with Dynamo Kiev, AC Milan. Amongst his clubs, of course, he played for Chelsea. He had a bit of a bad trot when he first came to Stamford Bridge, but once he scored, he certainly got on song again. Here's Ozil now for the Germans. Plays the ball back to the edge of the area. Kroos with a shot, deflected, and it's easy there for Patov. He was perfectly positioned. 10 minutes gone in the second half. It's Germany 1, Ukraine 0. Kroos with his right foot just takes a little flick off the defender, but it favours the goalkeeper rather than the ball skimming past him and into the back of the goal. Ukraine have just lost their way a little bit in the second half. They did have momentum towards the back end of the first half, I thought, but any momentum they did have has certainly surpassed now, unless they can get their mojo back for the next 35 minutes plus stoppage time that remains here in this final game of the third day of the Euro Championships. That's going to be a free kick. So a real opportunity. It was a foul there by our friend Mustafi. It was on Sherikuk. Went down. Mustafi certainly blocked him off. So a real chance here for Ukraine really to really pull something out of the fire with, as we go now into, we've had 56 minutes and a half. 56 and a half minutes exactly now gone in Lille. Humidity, of course, 85%. I've got my John Ketley head on, or my Michael Fish head on now. If you want to go sexier, Lucy Verezami. Anyway, it's a free kick, and it's Konovienko behind it, and also another free. Oh, that was a great effort there, and it was also Radzinski who hit the actual effort, and it was a good save by Neuer. Had to get down to his near post, struck this remorously with his left foot, bent around that two-man German wall, and it's going in the net. And I think Neuer wasn't convinced it was going wide, and he had to turn it behind, safety first. But it's still Ukraine coming forward from the corner, header back in there, and Boateng almost made a dog's dinner again with the clearance. That was almost an aberration by Boateng, who's lived on the edge a little bit in defence tonight, I've got to say. And no free kick for Goetze, who, to be fair, went down a little bit too easily. 57 minutes well and truly gone. Germany 1, Ukraine 0, but it's not proving as easy for Germany as they would have hoped to have been. They would have hoped to have been home and hosed by now, but not at all. Ukraine are still right in with a shout. They've had chances, and I tell you what, if they take that into their next couple of games, they've got every chance. And I'm sure Michael O'Neill, the Northern Ireland manager, will be watching this game with great interest. So too will be the Polish manager, of course, whose team won that particular contest, of course, as you heard earlier, by 1-0. And earlier today, Croatia won the opening match of the day by 1-0 against the Turkish. Here's Sami Khedira now for Germany. Plays it over to the far side. Draxler's there. Chests it down. Draxler now to Ozil. In towards the penalty area it went. We couldn't find Mario Götze there. So instead it goes out to Draxler again. Draxler now cuts inside. Will he have a shot? Well, he tried to beat all comers. And now the game will become a little bit stretched. Mustafi game in there with a good challenge. This has been a really interesting game. I've really enjoyed bringing this game to you. We've still got another half an hour of this to go, you know. We've played 59 minutes now. 1-0 to Germany, but it could have so easily been 1-1. Because the Ukrainians have had more than 2, maybe 3% more than presentable opportunities. But I've got to say, both teams take a bow, because they've really made this game a real spectacle and have given the paying supporters value for their tickets. They've really given value for money in terms of attitude to the game, and have gone about it the right way and are playing the game how it should be played. Attack each other, and that's how it's been. It's been a great open game of football, and I would have to say, even though we've only seen one goal, I've got to be honest, I think we've seen the best match of the tournament in this game tonight. Here's Urza winning the ball back, and they've kept the ball really well the last 5 or 10 minutes. I have to say, the Germans, as an attacking force, there's no problems with them. Here they go again. Now then, a chance here for Draxler to get the ball in from the far side. He's got 2 heads to find inside the penalty area if he can cross it in. No, he plays it out towards Kadira, 25 yards from goal. And he'll have to cut that one back. Now Muller to Draxler, and Draxler gets the ball out towards Ozil. He's crossed towards Gertz. He's knocked away again by that stubborn defence, and here's Draxler once again. Little shimmy again, finds Kadira. Kadira will shoot with the right foot, and he shoots well, and it's a good save by Pothoff. And he had to push that as far away as he possibly can. It's a German throw. But Pothoff has had a good match, even though he's been beaten the once. He's had a good game. Sami Khedira's missed 2 good opportunities now for the Germans. And he's saved twice from Pothoff, from Khedira's. Pothoff. There's a good match, little personal duel going on between those two, I fancy. And I don't know what that message is all about from Gaming 83, but he's just repeated his own tag there. If anyone wants to comment on how well the game's been played, if you're watching this on the telly and listening to the commentary, then you know, please comment on how you think who will actually get the next goal, if there is to be a next goal. Do you think Germany will get it, or do you think the Ukraine will have another chance and maybe score on the next chance? Let me know. Meanwhile, Ukraine are struggling to get the ball away. In fact, they've conceded a throw level with their own penalty area, 18-yard line. Concern on the face of the German, the coach there of the Ukrainians, and that's too far over the top for Aldenez by Sami Khedira. This was the Khedira chance in actual fact. It came to a good 25-30 yards out, and Pothoff had to fly away to his right hand side, and he got a good hand on it. He had to stretch a little bit, to be fair. It was a great piece of goalkeeping, and it's kept Ukraine firmly in this match. A second German goal would kill it off, I think, but as a contest you fancy, but never discount the Ukrainians at 1-0 up, at 1-0 down, because you never know. One ball forward, and it's been kept in, has it? Or has it? No, it hasn't. Muller failed to keep that one in play. Shevchuk will take the throw for the Ukraine. And it's getting to the time now where you have to think about substitutions, I suppose. Certainly in this heat and humidity, or certainly in the 85% humidity, players will get tired. They're not used to well, they should be used to these conditions. It is European, I suppose. Neuer has not really had much to do really in the second half as so far. Really, well, he's had precious little compared to the first half. He's had to do. And here's Boateng now for the Germans. And you've got to give Germany credit. Since Euro 2000, they've rebuilt the German system from the bottom up, the grassroots, the youth systems. They built it up. It's taken a good 14 years for it to come to fruition, but it's certainly been worth the wait. Do I speak French? No, I don't speak a word of French, I'm afraid. I only know about 3 words of French, I'm afraid. But thank you for joining me anyway. If you want to talk about the football, who do you think... Here's a question for you, Gaming 83. Who do you think will get the next goal, and do you think Germany will hang on, or do you think the Ukrainians will equalise? Meanwhile, we're just going to break off for a second because Germany were going through there. But again, good defence there by the Ukrainians. I've got to say, the Ukrainian defence has been superb. I have to be honest. Here come Germany once again. And here's Sami Khedira lining up with that faithful right foot. He's charged down. But Ukraine now 1-0. They're still in the game. Take a gamble. Take a gamble by all means. I think there's a chance here they could get an equaliser if they got their wits about them. And that's just behind. That's just behind at the crucial moment. It was Zazula who was running forward. It just went behind him. The crucial moment. They're still keeping it alive, and it will come out towards the far side, the near side here. And it's Conor Kianka. Shevchik now. Can he keep this one alive? Now. Real opportunity now for Conor Kianka. Conor Kianka turns, pirouettes, finds Radziszewski. That's a decent cross, and just no one on the end of it. I think it was Zazula who was going in there, but he couldn't get there. And there's going to be the first change of the evening. It's going to be number 11, Sezenenkov, and he's going to be replacing Zazula, as it turns out. So with 66 minutes gone, I'm gonna and there's going to be a change. There's going to be a change now for the Ukraine. Gaming replies, I'm 11. Well, I don't. Is that 11 years? Well, it's good to have. It's good to have the young lads. Good to have a young audience. We always try to cater for all the family. Who do you think will get the next goal? Do you think it'll be Germany or Ukraine? Let me know in the let me know in the comments. We'd like to hear from Monkey and one or two others. MJH hasn't been on for quite a while, so if you're there, guys, give us a bell. Meanwhile, we're going to just concentrate on the game. And Ukraine have actually yelled at a corner, so they've got the substitute on, I think. Unless I'm very much mistaken, there he is. No, that's Sharashuk actually on the far side, number 16. So the corner comes in, far side. Whoa, Khedira got it away from the 6-yard box. And it's a real danger here for the Germans. They're not being convincing on set plays. Khedira got that next ball in and next ball away. And here come the Germans on the counter attack. That's a clear push. And Martin Atkinson will brandish the first yellow card in the match. He's straight out there. He clearly saw the push. He was no more than 5 yards away. The referee wearing an all fluorescent purple, maybe pink refereeing shirt, and it's Conor Kianka who's the recipient. It was a clear foul. It was a blatant piece of, well, shall we say it was a professional foul. It was a clear push anyway, and it brought Ukraine that opportunity to get players back. And here's Aldinez now from the right hand side, crossing towards the penalty area. Good header, one. And it was Draxler at the far post, heading over the bar from 6 yards. Lovely move there from Germany, down to the right. Benedict Aldinez with a lovely cross, and Julian Draxler with a header over. Really good player. I really do rate that guy, and I think a few Premier League clubs should really have a look at Draxler. And I think he's a very good player, and I think that's fantastic. He plays for Wolfsburg in Germany, and he scored only 1 goal in 19 appearances. This is his 20th cap to 19 in actual fact. He's an attacking midfielder, but he's playing out on the left-hand channel. So he's a very, very capable attacking midfielder when he on song. And he's had a good game tonight. He's been one of Germany's better players. Ball forward, and that will be into touch before Shabachuk could actually get there. Our next commentary game, just to remind you, is tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening it's between Belgium and Italy, the first big heavyweight match of the tournament. Of course, before that the Republic play, but we won't be commentating on that due to work reasons. So it will be the late game, and it will be mostly commentary next week during the midweek from. It'll be the 8 o'clock kickoffs that we'll be focusing on most of the commentaries as well, the late games, and we'll be focusing on commentaries on most of them, certainly for the next 3 or maybe 4 days of the week. And if anyone wants me to do, unless anyone wants me to do England against Wales as a delayed commentary, then I'm more than happy to do that. But we'll ask that question when I do the inquest show, which will be about 5 or 10 minutes after I've finished commentary here in the Germany-Ukraine game, which Germany are leading, of course, by a 0-0, and looking pretty good value for it. But Ukraine have given as good as they've got, and they've put up a very good fight. And here comes Conor Bianca, who's the only player who's been booked incidentally in this second half, or in fact in the entire game. Now then, a chance here. Ozil, low cross, well kept out, and it was a good bit of defending by Ratajczewski. Just got it away, because that was a dangerous looking cross there by the Arsenal man, Mesut Ozil. 20 minutes to go, Germany 1, Ukraine 0. Earlier today, Croatia won by a 0-0, and of course Northern Ireland came up short against the Poles in this group. Of course, ball forward towards Ozil, we just miscontrolled it, and we did say we'd keep up to date with the old Formula 1 as well. And let's see what happened there. Lewis Hamilton has won the Canadian Grand Prix. He just edged out Sebastian Vettel. He finished second, and Bottas in the Williams, a great result for him, he finished third. So Nico Rosberg actually finished fifth, and now the gap between Rosberg, who was leading the Drivers' Championship, is down to 9 points between him and Lewis Hamilton. So Hamilton catching in it, and apparently he's dedicated the win to the great Muhammad Ali, and that's a great touch from Lewis Hamilton. And of course England in a fantastic position to win the third and final test at Lords against Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka needing something like 320 odd, I think, on the final day to win the third test, although England have wrapped up the series already. Before that, they lead 2-0 in that three test series, so this test is null and void as far as the actual series is concerned. But it'd be, if Sri Lanka could knock off those runs, it would be fantastic. Here comes Germany inside the penalty area. Good defending again. I've got to be honest, this Federeski made a very good last-ditch challenge. It was Ozil breaking into the penalty area, and well, it's been a game played in a very high tempo. Second Germany goal was certainly decided. Germany, a Ukrainian equaliser. Oh, the goalkeeper came. There was a flick. I think he took it past him, but didn't come to any great damage. In fact, he's gone out for a throw. Mistake there by Mesut Ozil. Patov went for the ball, and it cannons off the number 13 Shemeshuk. And unluckily, there was nobody in white there to tuck the ball in the back of the net. I think the goalkeeper might have got it, but I think he was a bit mad there to go for it. Meanwhile, Komelyenko has made way, the number 9, Viktor Komelyenko, covered 9.40 kilometres, average 8.6. And Zizanenko, this is his 5th cap. He has scored already for Ukraine, Zizanenko, so he wears 21. And now really they've got to really go for it now. Squirrel face, good evening to you. DDF, I don't know what that means, but here we go again with the Germans. There we are, chance now for Goetze on the right hand side, cuts inside to the penalty area. Will he shoot on the right foot? He does. Little deflection, and it's straight in the arms of the goalkeeper. As we see it again, he didn't have really that much support. He had 3 Ukrainians around him. I think he had Aldenez as an overlap on the right hand side, but it was nothing else he could have really done. Meanwhile, we've got a long ball forward, and it's a chance here for the Ukrainians here. Oh, that was a good little run on the far side, and it was well cut out. Really, the Germans are not having it all their own way at the moment. It was Yamayenko, I think, breaking forward from the right hand side. It was a good run. Kadira now over the halfway line, inside the centre circle, runs deep inside that Ukrainian half, plays it out to the far side. Now a chance here for Tommy Muller, shoots, and Patov couldn't hold on, but he did the next best thing and smuggled it behind rather for the corner. Thomas Muller with the right foot. It was a good breakout from the Germans there. Sami Khedira started it all, and the shot, it was carried on by Mario Götze, and the shot, he got a deflection, and I think that made the save even more important really from Patov. And he's had a good second half, to be fair, the Ukrainian goalkeeper. And he's side again have to face another corner. Germany score from the set piece. After 19 minutes through Mustafi, there's the ball towards the 6-yard box. It was not a bad corner actually. Boateng on the left foot takes a huge deflection, and it will be kept alive by Mesut Ozil. Keeps it in just by the touchline on the far side. And the Germany left hand side. 15 minutes plus stoppage time to play. Germany 1, Ukraine 0. And here's Boateng. First touch was, got lucky there. And another day, Ukraine could have easily gone in there. He took a chance right on halfway, and he almost showed too much of that, and it almost cost his team in the end. In the end, it's Ozil to Draxler. Draxler looking for options. He goes back, and Hector plays it out there, and it's a chance for Aldenese now on the near side, and his game could go either way. Muller plays it out towards the far side, finds Draxler very well. Draxler finds Hector. Hector now back. Khedira in a bit of space there. Will he have the shot? Khedira tries to play the ball in. Appeals for handball, not given. Ozil will keep that one alive. He does so by the byline. He did very well, the Arsenal man. He's having a good second half, Mesut Ozil, I have to say. Draxler now sets it up. Really good patient build up this by the German side. Having a really good game. Playing some really good stuff at the moment. No problems at all. 13 minutes of the game to go. And it's been an excellent watch. Here's Aldenez. Oh, he's just miscontrolled it. I have to say that was rather unfortunate. It really was. I've had to turn the sound off the second time.
Alright, I'll make sure you get shot. There.
Right. Well, we're back with you again. It was just, again, momentarily lost sound. I'm fed up of bloody gremlins. Really trying to ruin the commentaries right now. We've got 12 minutes to go. Plus stoppage time. Germany 1, the Ukraine 0. But it's been an excellent watch. And I've really enjoyed the game. And here come the Ukrainians now. They've really given themselves a really good basis to which to build on. And I've got to be honest, they've done themselves really proud. Well, with 10 minutes to go, it's still pie in the sky here. 31% possession to 69% in favour of the Germans. 5 attempts on target. They haven't really had any attempts, really, the Ukrainians, in the second half, which might surprise a lot of people, considering they had a really good go of it in the first half. And I've got to be honest, it's been an absolute It's not. It's been an absolute. They've kept possession really well, I have to say. The Germans. They've done well enough, really, I think, to merit this 1-goal lead with just shy of 10 minutes of the game to go. And Manuel Neuer, the captain, it's a goal kick, incidentally, to the Germans. It is a bit frustrating, when people do. When sound keeps going, it's just one of those things. Unfortunately, you get TV problems. It's good to know that it's at the start of a tournament and not at the end. Just imagine if it was at the end of a tournament, it'd be pandemonium. But at the moment, it's still 1-0, and as long as they might have a chance here, the Ukrainians, but well, it's straight into the arms of Neuer, who had to make some smart saves in the first half. He made 2 world-class saves in the first half, if you recall. And it's been that sort of game, really. Just going up towards 81 minutes of the game gone. Moore keeps the possession, plays the ball back to Neuer. Hopefully tomorrow night we won't have any gremlins in the commentary box, and we're doing a World Cup inquest programme, European Championship inquest on how England performed yesterday, and my opinion, and I'm keeping. It might just be a rant at the end of it, so stay tuned, guys. Might be a live rant at this, mate. Here's a chance though for Germany inside the penalty area. Shot comes in, it's just wide from the edge of the area. In fact, it was Schürrle. He's come on as a substitute, incidentally. And whilst we were sort of off the air, Julian Drexler was the man he replaced. Former Chelsea man, now back at his. He now plays these days back in Germany for Wolfsburg, who, in actual fact, are Wolfsburg. They're not a bad team. They're a good little side. It amazes me why Schürrle went back there when I think Mourinho dropped an aberration there, and I think you should try and buy him from Manchester United. I remember when he came to Turf Moor that night when Chelsea beat Burnley 3-1, and I remember sitting there in the stands as a spectator and marvelling the way he took that second goal. It was a marvellous goal, and as a Burnley fan, I actually applauded. I don't usually applaud away supporters. I'm not usually as biased as they come when I'm watching a football match as a spectator, as a Burnley fan, but that was a special goal that night, and you've got to sit from that Chelsea team, and it was a good Chelsea team, and they deservedly won the league. And then obviously, but it all went wrong for Mourinho, was that challenge with Barnes and all that, but that's all got in the past. He's now he says the biggest club in the world, Manchester United. They are one of the best supported clubs in the world. They have probably over 700 million supporters, which is quite a lot. Up there with Barcelona and Real Madrid. Bayern Munich are getting their fan base up a little bit, and there's a free kick given to the Ukraine now. A good chance for them now to try and snatch a point out of this, to snatch an equaliser. And it comes away once again. There are 6 minutes to go, or just over to go, and this lead is not looking watertight at all for the Germans. They can get an equaliser, they might be in business. And here's a chance there for Schürrle. He was going forward, but it was well marshalled by Patov, who's had a fine game. Patov, who plays his football in the Ukraine for Shakhtar Donetsk. A really top quality goalkeeper, Patov. Really been impressed with his goalkeeping and now his shot stopping abilities this evening. He's really impressed me. And again, Ukraine have really given it a good goal. They've given it a real shot, and if they come up short, they need not be too embarrassed about it, because they've given the world champions a good run for their money. No foul given. Let's play on. Konoplyanka. And let's give the players some credit. Just the one yellow card in the entire game, and let's give a bit of credit to Martin Atkinson. He's tried to referee this with the best will in the world, and he's done just that. Yes, there has been one or two tight calls, but referees are just humans, they're not robots. Martin Atkinson is certainly not a robot. I think he's done alright tonight, he really has. And we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's been quite fair, more or less, and consistent in his decision making. And he's known when to give the cards and when not to give the cards. So let's give the man, I would say in black, but he's in a pink. He's in a pink shirt with a dark shorts and a pink pair of stockings as well. It's amazing how they've dressed up the referees this tournament. It's just ridiculous. As if you have them wear pink. Just give them an all dark strip and they're happy. Why on earth do you need to dress a referee in pink? Anyway, before I gripe on any further, let's concentrate on the last 5 minutes of this football match, which has been played in a magnificent spirit. It's been played in a wonderful tempo, and I've got to say, in terms of a spectacle, I think I have to say it's been the best match so far these European Championships. Inside the last 5 minutes, plus any time added on for stoppages, ball is knocked away. Chances here for the Ukraine to come meddling forward once again. And it will be a free kick. A foul there, and number 17, Fedoreski. And with 4 minutes left, the silly foul for Goetze to give away. And the Ukrainians, no, surprisingly, they played the ball back. You think, being 1-0 down with about 4 minutes left, you think they want to get on with the game. So Bastian Schweinsteiger is going to come on as this game now winds down to a close. I think both teams have been quite tired. They've played it at a million miles an hour, certainly in the first half. The pace has dropped a little bit in the second half, but that's understandable because the legs are tired. Good ball through the middle. Ozil, he's onside. It's Mesut Ozil for Germany. Oh, he's in it straight at Patov. What an opportunity for Mesut Ozil. And Patov really has done his side a world of good here. It's been a marvellous ball through the middle, and really Ozil should have took that chance. Meanwhile, at the other end, there's a Ukrainian gone down now. Is there a penalty here? Well, it was almost a goal. It caught me out, I have to say. Was there a potential penalty here? It was from the goal kick, and it crossed a couple of times. Neuer was way out of his goal, a header back. And here is a chance for Konomianka. Can he get the ball into the penalty area? He can't. Hooked away again. Well, what a finish now. We'll have to go off air pretty quickly after the final whistle, but what a game it has been, folks, and I hope you've enjoyed every minute of it. And they're still going now, the Ukrainians, and the chance there, and again Neuer had to work to save. This game is not finished yet. 2 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Well, this is a real finish now. Ukraine all of a sudden have sprung back into life after that missed chance by Mesut Ozil. This was the opportunity. What was Mustafi doing? That's the first mistake he's made in the entire match. And Neuer could have easily given a penalty away, in my opinion. He's lucky not to have actually been penalised for that. It was the player that was fell was number 11, Seleznikov, and I think he's got maybe have a case for a penalty. Free kick to Germany. Foul on the far side by number 7, Yarmolenko. But is Neuer a very, very lucky man? There's the goal kick. It's a poor header by Mustafi. Goalkeeper struggling to get back, but that's a clear foul. Surely that's got to be a penalty. Neuer's completely, utterly blocked him off. That's a penalty in my opinion. Last minute of normal time. Schweinsteiger will be able to come on now. And Mario Goetze, just the 2 attempts, just the 1 on target, no goals though. Schweinsteiger comes on for his 117th cap. Great servant to the German national side for over many, many years now. and he's been a magnificent servant for German football. Now playing his football with Manchester United. 20 seconds of normal time to go. Germany 1, Ukraine 0, but it's been very, very close. And there's not been much in it between these two. And I have to say, Germany can think themselves lucky. They're actually winning this game by a goal to nil, because Ukraine have been mightily unfortunate. Just the 3 added minutes. So we're going to have 3 minutes more, and then that will be it. Mesut Ozil should have scored, and then it led to all that frantic defending from Germany, and almost a calamitous goal conceded by Mustafi and goalkeeper Manuel Neuer, who should have been given a penalty against, really. So Ukraine could justifiably be very hard done by in a way. That's up and under. That'll be kept going. And we've now almost played 1 minute up to 3. But I have to say, it's been a game where Germany may well just win, but they've not covered themselves in much glory. And that's good defending again from the Ukrainians. They've been very stout defensively, in just that one moment of weakness where they switched up on Mustafi's goal, and it could pay the ultimate price. But they have the possession on the far side, and they'll have a shot here, and it's just wide. Got a deflection, however. It will be a corner. Yarmolenko, in fact it wasn't, yeah, it was Yarmolenko, I think it might have been. So real opportunity now. They might as well throw everybody at it, and it comes in, it comes out again. Chance here for the number 13 to get it back, which is Shevchuk, the captain. And now they've thrown so many men forward, and he's onside because he was in his own half. Now an opportunity now for Germany. Schweinsteiger wants it played to the back post, and he's found Schweinsteiger, who scores. 2-0 to Germany, and it was the classic counter-attack. Bastian Schweinsteiger of Manchester United broke away, and how unlucky are the Ukrainians? They should have scored. They were rather unfortunate not to score 2 or 3 minutes ago for that mistake by Mustafi. They should have had a penalty at least, and now they've been punished, and the Germans broke away from their corner. They threw everybody forward. Credit to Mesut Ozil for the cross back. And how well did Schweinsteiger take it? It was a really good move. Ozil was onside because it was played. When the ball was played, he was in his own half, and he brambled down the left-hand side, and Schweinsteiger with his right foot at the far post applied the finishing touch and kills off Ukraine with one swing of his right foot. First time as well, and how he controlled it on the half volley was a marvel, to be honest. That was a great goal, and no wonder he gives a kiss to the crowd. It was a great goal. 2-0 to Germany, and what a wonderful end to what's been a fantastic game of football, played in a tremendous spirit. And that was the last act of a magnificent game of football. So goals from Mustafi and Schweinsteiger give Germany victory, but that wasn't half of it. Russia had one cleared off the line. It had a goal just about rightly disallowed. Neuer got away with giving a penalty away with 3 minutes to go. But it's Germany, the world champions. They've got off to a winning start, but they've got off to an unconvincing start. Russia, they'll feel injustice, but they shouldn't feel disgrace. They didn't let anybody down at all. They gave it a real go, but in the end, the luck wasn't with them on the night. We have to leave it from now. I hope you've enjoyed our double header tonight. We'll see you later for the England verdict. But until then, I'll see you soon. We'll see you a bit later on tonight. Take care. See you later. Bye bye.